if your whole day you daven, you learn, you go mivtzoyim, and all night you dance, so what happens to you? You become either holy or crazy, or a combination thereof. Simchas Beis Rivka is an interesting experience. And I will say, I was 15 when they ever spoke about it, the first time. When I was a kid growing up, Sukkot was like Pesach. There was nothing happening here. There was no Fabrengens at all. There was a rally for kids, which, sometimes they didn't even let us in. If it was only for the Rebbe Fabrengen 1 year for the public school children, they didn't even let us in. So Sukkot was a boring Yom Tov from a Chassidish perspective. And if for people who want to go to whatever it is, I don't know what goes on now, but I would imagine that there's a lot more from entertainment venues for Chol Hamoed, Pesach, and Sukkot. Everybody's got something going on. But then the Rebbe introduced Simchas Beis Hashoeva, and it became non-stop, a whole night. Night after night after night, we danced. And Sukkot went from being a boring Yom Tov to being a Yom Tov where you didn't sleep for a week. When the Rebbe spoke about it in the beginning, the Rebbe never spoke about dancing in the streets. The Rebbe just spoke about dancing. It was spontaneous. The Chassidim themselves, the reaction to Simchas Beis Hashoeva was exciting. And I think one of the reasons Simchas Beis Hashoeva had the power that it had, and I think this will give you a little bit of a historical context, it was 3 years since Lamed Ches. It was 3 years since the heart attack. The whole of Lamed Ches, the whole of Lamed Tes, the whole of Mem. And the truth is that the first couple of years the Rebbe watched his health. The Rebbe was limited in what he did. From Mem Aleph, the Rebbe and everybody else forgot that the Rebbe had a heart attack, So many people came for that Tishrei, Mem Aleph. Some people will say that it was the busiest Tishrei ever, including Shnas Hakel, 7 years later, Tafshin Mem Ches. Crown Heights was teeming with people. And when the Rebbe started speaking about the dancing, we walked out to the street and we danced. And nobody stopped us. It's Brooklyn. Whoever stopped you from doing anything in Brooklyn, right? So in the beginning, I don't know if it was the first night or the second night, but I remember this. We were dancing from President in Albany till President in Brooklyn, down Brooklyn to Montgomery, then from Montgomery and Brooklyn to Montgomery and Albany and back up again. And the circle was closed. Do you know how many people that is? That's 4 big blocks and 4 and 6 small blocks. You know how many people that is? And the ring was closed. There was enough people dancing that there was no spaces. And when the cops gave us Montgomery and Kingston, they were not doing us a favor, they were doing themselves a favor. They wanted Albany and Brooklyn back, you understand? There's buses on Brooklyn and Albany, 3 avenues. So here you can have Montgomery and Kingston. And in those days, even now, we danced from Montgomery till Crown with just so many people. And in the beginning, we were the only ones who had Simchas Beis Hashoeva, so they came from everywhere. It was packed. And we mamish danced all night till the morning. And then, this is a Bachar experience. At 6 o'clock in the morning, you ran to 770. The mikveh opened already. What's called the Karsira mikveh, which no longer exists. So you danced all night, you went to Karsira mikveh, and back to 770, you sat in the sukkah, and if you were lucky, you fell asleep, So it's a Yom Tif. The Rebbe's lulav came around 7:30, 7:45. Chol Hamoed, the Rebbe's lulav came around 9 o'clock, 9:15. So if you danced all night and you went to the mikveh and you fell off in the sukkah, you were the first ones in line to get the Rebbe's lulav. So you danced all night, you went to the mikveh. I remember we used to have fabrengens, early morning fabrengens, after dancing a whole night. You're so hyper, you couldn't even sleep. You were exhausted, you have no idea how tired you were. So you danced again, you fabrenged a little bit. Then when the Rebbe's lulav would come, Rabbi Harley would come, alav hashalom, and you shook the Rebbe's lulav, and went on to Shachris. I remember literally sleeping in Milish Manesre because you were so tired. And then if you were really crazy, you were on a mivtzoyim after davening. And then at night, same story. Anacht. It was crazy. The boys do it today. It was unbelievable. And the Rebbe gave us a gift. Simchas, if you look at it as an outsider, we're nuts. Mamish, this is... Labav's got a lot of crazy stuff. This is one of the craziest. But if you participate... the girls cannot participate the way the boys do, unfortunately. I think it's the holiest experience of my life.